The name is the Mitzi Sweet Memorial Dog Park in memory of Mitzi Sweet, who was an attorney here in our city for a while.
And you had ribbon cutting today.
We did have the ribbon cutting, and now we're open to the public. We're open 7 days a week.
So show me what you have.
All right, this is our first walking trail right here. This is for the more energetic that want to come out and walk their dogs on a leash. It's a 1/4 mile. It's wooded. Halfway through, there's a picnic table and a trash can so you can sit and enjoy lunch. And if you want to go around 4 times, you've walked a mile. This is from the mulch where they come into folks' yards and cut all this down, and they dump it for me, and we spread it out. So this is just it. And we left it as natural as we could. This used to be the old landfill. And that's why there's a lot of stuff back here that you're going to see that doesn't really belong here. These railroad rails were put here, and the metal is such a hard metal, and it's so hard to come by, that it's illegal to sell these rails. So as you notice, I just kind of painted mine.
Now the dogs are free if they're walking here on the path. You have to keep them leashed.
On the path, they have to be leashed.
Okay,
yes.
so you can't just turn them loose to run into the woods there.
You can't turn them loose here on the path, but you can turn them loose in the yards. And the reason they can't, now if a dog is under voice command, I mean, if there's nobody else out here, it probably is not going to hurt anything. But I just don't want any situations to where somebody's got their dog loose and somebody comes walking down and their dog's not, and the other dog approaches the other dog. So we're just not going to go there. We're just going to, this is just to come and walk and exercise and bring your dog. And you don't even have to have a dog. If you just want to come and enjoy this trail, then people are more than welcome to come and walk. See all the piles where they've been dumped over the years. But you can tell it's been here a long time. The trees have grown up around them and in them, and I'm sure.
What kind of maintenance on this path do you expect to have?
The only maintenance I'm going to have is an occasional spraying for weeds and such, and then just keeping it mulched right now. So I decided to have some fun with some of these. So
you even wrote "have fun."
I did. And the wildlife there's a lot of wildlife out here too. Makes it really pretty. The eagles that are nesting over at the park, they come down here through the creek. The creek is right on the other side over there. And eventually, someday, if we can, we may expand the walking park to go down to that area too. So I would like to have it paved. That would be nice though, because then you could come out here in a wheelchair,
I can feel this is a little bit soft. This being on a slope, is that going to cause it to want to wash away?
It hasn't yet. I mean, we've had quite a bit of rain, and it's not really, washed it. We'll just have to just keep, when we see it's getting thin, we'll just have to put some more out. And they're like, oh, I can't go anymore. Or they just want to come out here and eat lunch, as you can see. The thing you hear out here is birds and nature. And there are deer out here, and they'll get within about 20 feet of it because they're used to being here around the shelter. The dogs don't bother them. And you can sit out here and have lunch with nature. Yep. So we got a mama bunny rabbit out here having a nest somewhere. Yeah, she sat on the path, and that's why we left a lot of this stuff. We left it so that the critters could have little homes in it. But as you can see, nature's taking it back over, and here we have a landfill that's going to be a nice park now.
Have you found anything interesting out here?
My grandson found a couple of old vodka bottles. I mean, old vodka bottles. And of course, he's 13, so he thinks they're the coolest thing, and he's got them on his shelf at home.
Now, what's this that we're coming up on here?
We're coming up on the old firing range, the old shooting range. Ooh, almost sneezed. Excuse me.
Gesundheit.
Thank you.
So they don't...
Excuse me. They don't use this any longer. And one day, I think I'm going to take a break for a while because I've been so busy getting this park up. One day, what my vision for this would be is when they say they're totally done with it, would be to put an agility course. And what an agility course is, it's the ones like you see where they have the pipes and the jumps and stuff for the dogs, and they train German Shepherds and such like that, even for law enforcement too. And what I would like to do is make that in this area, and we could even rent it out for other counties and cities that want to train their shepherds and train their drug dogs or whatever. This would be a training facility for the big canines. the brain never stops. It just goes and goes.
Now, Mitzi's sweet. How much of this that we're looking at is her vision?
We kind of shared that vision. Mitzi loved the dogs. She just loved all the animals and the birds. I didn't even know she loved the birds until after she passed, and her daughter LaShawn told me about the birds, and so we feed the birds for her now. But we talked about it and about how, you know, the dogs and the people needed to be able to come out and socialize with each other, and it's a healthier dog if they're out, being social and playing, and that's why I named it after her, because I know that's really what she and I wanted to do. That was our end goal for the shelter down here.
Now this is the backside, I guess, of the big
That's the
dog.
large dog yard,
Mm-hmm.
So you just kind of go in a little circle. And I think this is amazing with this vine. Is this not cool? We almost cut that out, and then I thought, you know what? I kind of like that. It's kind of neat. Almost made like a little archway. I think I believe it's honeysuckle, or was honeysuckle, or might still, because there's honeysuckle there, and there's honeysuckle all above it. So it may be an old honeysuckle vine, and this is just the old part of it.
Well, that'll smell really good in, I guess, springtime when that blooms, or is it late summer? When does?
I think it's late summer. Yeah, so. But it's just not quiet out here and peaceful.
It is. It's nice, and most of this is shaded.
It is.
I really bake in the sun.
You too.
And this has been a very comfortable stroll today with the sun being out. It's nice and cool under the trees.
It is.
Do you suggest that they bring their own water for them, or do you have a little area?
There is water here. There's water in both of the yards, and they can come and get water if they need it. I mean, they can walk in any of the yards. There's little hoses. However they want to do that. There's not a tap out here, but there's water available. There's one right there in the big yard, and then there's one in the small yard.
So they just have to make their way into the fence to get water.
They just have to walk in and get,
Okay.
But it's a nice little stroll.
Now we've just made our circle around. You see the path over there that we went down, and this is right back to the beginning. Now ribbon cutting was today. What are the hours again?
The hours are from sunrise, until half an hour before dark. And that's not really a time, because it depends on if it's summer or winter. And we just didn't want to say dark because we didn't want anybody out here, you know, maybe in the trail at night.
Do you ring a bell or toot a horn or something to alert people?
I think they probably toot a horn that they're going to lock they're going to drive in and then drive out, and you know, if they don't see any vehicles, then they'll probably think nobody's here. You can walk out. You just wouldn't be able to get your vehicle out. So it's not like there's any major issue. If you'd have to call the police department and say, hey, you locked me in. You know, and the officers would come down and unlock it. But it's just the one gate down there. And I'm hoping that other folks will take this example and donate some benches to us and a loved one or a tree. Hi, sir.
So what is this?
This is a bench that was donated yesterday by the Loretta High School virtual enterprise class. They brought dog food in. They brought us this beautiful bench. And hopefully some other folks will want to bring some benches in memories of their loved ones. We could use benches in the dog parks, or even if they want to bring a tree in memory of a loved one. These two trees out here are for loved ones here, these first two. So that would be wonderful. They just need to give me a call or call the police department, and we'll just tell them where we want to put it, and that'd be wonderful. That'd be great.